Have you ever wondered why your mouth waters when you look at and smell something that you like, for example, a mango? The whole process of digestion is not a routine happening, but an incredibly ingeniously coordinated and organized interplay of the Tridoshas, which act according to the nature of Prakriti of food. The time you eat, the quantity, where your food is coming from, who you're eating with, what you're thinking when you're eating. We place so much emphasis on gut health these days, and of course there's a lot of science behind it. But don't you think you have to look at food as prana force or life energy that would sustain you? If not food, what else is your physical body made from? The cells that have gone into making you, the very egg and sperms were form of the food that your parents consumed. Your body is a collection of things you consumed from nature. The body has processed them so that they are suitable to it, just as you buy a cloth and stitch it to fit you well, or just as you put all the ingredients in the kitchen to cook and process them so you could call it food. Your body is miraculous machine. It's a miraculous machine that continually and perpetually transforms all the food to make it suitable to be absorbed by the body, to make it like the body, to make it similar to the body. That is why it's called assimilation. The lentil soup you consumed in your last meal might have proteins that have a different structure from the proteins of your skin or muscle or nerves. Let us say, if it has the structure ABCD, and your body's protein might have the structure CADB, so the gut breaks it down into its individual units A, B, C, and D, and supplies it to the respective tissues to make their own combinations suitable for them. You hear something in a foreign language. What do you do to understand it? You translate it into your own language. This is what exactly your body does as well. Your life force or prana takes food and shapes it into your physical body, and digestion, according to Ayurveda, is at the heart of this. It is the process of digestion that does all this chemical transformation. It is the seat of body's Agni, the Jataragni, the metabolic fire. According to the Taittiriya Upanishad, Annadvai prajaha prajayante ya kascha prithvim shritaha atho annenaiva jivanti athainadapi yatyantataha. All beings that dwell on earth are born of food, live by food, and ultimately return to it. So, when we look at tasty food, the sight, smell, and even the sound of it, the crisp and crunch, sends signals to the brain to release hunger hormones, ghrelin, and enzymes needed for starch breakdown, like the salivary amylase and gastric amylase. While this secretion is under the control of Vata, the energy of movement, the stickiness or pichila of saliva due to mucin is a characteristic of Kapha, which makes the food soft and easy to swallow and pass through the esophagus or food pipe, the lining of which is again mucus, an essential factor for Vata to transport food to stomach. Here the fiery hot acids from Pitta, the energy of transformation that does all the transformation that converts food into energy that could be absorbed and utilized by the body for various metabolic needs. Made of fire and water elements, Pitta has the same effect as that of cooking on food. Along with Pitta, a small amount of Vata is still needed as the stage to keep the fire burning and strong. Once the transformation is over, Vata takes over and carries out transport of waste to small intestine for absorption and sends the waste to large intestine for elimination. For digestion to be optimum, doshas should be in balance. Throughout this process, if any dosha gets affected even slightly, that will have an effect on the overall process, and the purpose of food to nourish the body is also compromised. Imagine if Vata is in imbalance, the secretion of enzymes, movement of food through food pipe, and then movement of waste through intestines is all affected. Pitta's imbalance will show in inadequate chemical transformation and energy production, and Kapha imbalances will make digestion sluggish and will reflect in the overall energy levels of the body. Vata being light, cold, dry, rough and mobile in nature should be balanced with warm, heavy, moist, soft and stabilizing foods like lentil soups, khichdis, stews and oily foods. Pitta being fiery, hot, oily, sharp, acidic, and spreading, needs to be balanced with cool, soft, alkaline, and relatively dry foods like all kinds of kojiks or gourds, cooling spices like fennel and coriander and coconut water, aloe vera, etc. Kapha being cold, heavy, moist, sticky, needs dry, warm, light foods like lentil pancakes, millet pancakes, spices like pepper, cinnamon, etc. for it to be in balance. The list is long, but the key is to observe your body's signals every day and provide it exactly what it needs. This way, you're bound to go a long way.